Hawks win in a comeback over the Colorado Avalanche. Yes, the Chicago Blackhawks beat the Avalanche 5-3 in Colorado by coming back in the third period. Great third period effort by the Blackhawks coming into Colorado angry after losing 3 games to them this year. The season series is over and the Hawks win the final game of 4 versus the Avalanche. Big win by the Hawks. Now they have 2 games in a row that they won against division opponents. Good job by the Hawks there. Winning on the road is kind of tough. And the Hawks look like they were going to lose again. Sorry this video did not come out yesterday after the game. But, well, 2 days ago after the game, because I'm uploading this on Monday the 23rd, because I was actually in Rockford for the weekend to be with my family, and I did watch the game, yes. But I watched the Ice Hogs play the Cleveland Monsters before I watched the Blackhawks game. Because that game, the Ice Hogs played at 6, the Blackhawks started at 8. So no preview video from this game because I was busy. So the Hawks come into Colorado and beat the Avalanche. Good win by the Hawks and good team effort in the third period. I like it. They played well and they came out on top. The big panda, Robin Lehner, had another stellar performance in net for the Blackhawks. And it's well deserved. He had that big performance in net that when they needed him, he came to play. Patrick Kane had a great game. Jonathan Toews had a good game. The third period was where you saw the team find their game and when they needed it most, and they did it. The Hawks came out on top, beating the Avalanche 5-3. And let's look at the shots on net, why not? Total shots on net for the Blackhawks were 32 for the Hawks, 31 for the Avalanche. Hawks outshoot the Avalanche. 56% on the faceoff dot advantage for the Blackhawks to 44% for the Avalanche. Power plays, each team had 3 power plays, no scoring on those. There was a good fight in this game, and Dennis Gilbert got some good punches in. Yes, it was another Gilbert fight tonight. Well, not tonight, but when the game happened. He came in knowing you don't beat up on our star players. He was angry. He went after one of the star players of the Avalanche and started wailing on Landeskog. I want to say that's who he fought. Yeah, he fought Landeskog. Yeah, he was wailing on Landeskog. So, good job, Gilbert. Go after their star player because previous game, the Avalanche went after one of our star players, and Alex DeBrincat. So, the Hawks came in and took this game in Colorado, mainly in the third period. They played well. I like their performance. And why not, since I got into it, let's talk about the goals of the game. Why not? In the first period, there was only 1 goal scored, and it was by the Colorado Avalanche. At 6:01 in the first period, Ryan Graves scores his 6th of the season, assisted by Donskoy and Gillis, to make it 1-0 Avalanche. And right there, I knew this is going to be another rough game, isn't it, for being a Hawks fan? I got the notification in the Ice Hog game. I could not see the first period, which sucks, but I was at the Rockford Ice Hog game. So I did not catch the first period, but I watched the replay from the first. I rewatched the first period since I missed that, but I watched the rest of the game after that. So the Hawks are down 1-0 early in the game, and I knew, thinking, well, I got the notification already on my phone. Is this going to be another bad game by the Blackhawks? Well, no, they come back. So going into the second period, 21 seconds into the period, scored by your captain, number 19, Jonathan Toews, his 8th of the season, assisted by number 88, Patrick Kane. And the Hawks make it a tie game at 1. Taser's goal deked Philip Grubauer out of his pads. I liked it. Good job, Taser, to tie the game up. But the Hawks give up a goal about 2 minutes later. At 2:40 in the second period, Matt Calvert scores his 7th of the season, first of the night, assisted by Jostin Graves to make it 2-1 Avalanche. After that, the Hawks get into a fight. About 5 or so minutes after the first Calvert goal went in, Gilbert and Landeskog dropped the gloves, and we had one of those good fights of the ages. We haven't seen a long fight like we did in the game, where Gilbert was getting some good right-handers in on Landeskog and a couple left-hand shots on Landeskog. They were pounding each other, and that was a good fight. I have to admit that. So, good job, Gilbert, regaining energy for the Hawks, even though it didn't work as quick as it usually would happen if you get into a fight. But we go here at 19:09 in the second period. Matt Calvert scores his second of the night, 8th of the season, assisted by Nichushkin and Ian Cole to make it 3-1 Avalanche. Yeah, it's always rough to give up a goal a minute remaining in a period, and the Hawks are down 2 goals. That's not good because we go to the third period being down 2 goals. But we go to the third period being down 2 goals, and the Avalanche don't score again after that. Leonard played great. He did. So we go to the third period. At 11:22, knowing the Hawks need to make a comeback, number 88, Patrick Kane, for the 13th time of his career, scores his 20th of the season, assisted by number 8, Dominic Kubalik, and number 19, Jonathan Toews, to make it 3-2 Avalanche. Yes, the Hawks start the comeback train now. This goal was nice. Kane found the 5-hole, and he undressed Philip Grubauer with the shot, giving him his 20th of the season for the 13th time in his career to do so. Every year in the NHL, he has scored at least 20 goals in this season. This being the shortest amount of time Kane has done it. So, Kaner, good job there. So the Hawks aren't done scoring yet in this minute of play. At 11:50 in the third period, scored by number 77, Kirby Dach, his 6th of the season, assisted by number 56, Eric Gustafsson. And number 22, Ryan Carpenter, to make it 3-3 in the third. I don't know how Kirby was able to get his stick lengthened to get the puck controlled. It was a bad pass by Gustafson, going, I would have thought, a little bit too far up front of Kirby Doc, but Kirby managed getting his stick enough out in front of him to control the puck and wrist it in off an empty net, basically, because Philip Grubauer was caught frozen in the net, giving the Doc a empty netter for his 6th of the season. Good job, Doc, and it was a nice goal. I don't know how he was able to get it in off the angle of shot he was at and how he was able to control the puck the way he did. It was a great goal. So the Hawks are not done scoring yet because the Avalanche want to tie the game up. They pull their goalie, Philip Grubauer, off the ice. But the Hawks had enough of it. They decide, let's get this thing buried about 200 feet down the ice. Number 5, Connor Murphy scores his 3rd goal of the season, assisted by number 64, David Camp, to make it 5-3. Comeback complete. Hawks win. Hawks win. This was the type of game the Hawks needed. The stars came to play. The bottom players came to play. They came to play to win and get their revenge on the Colorado Avalanche. So, big win by the Blackhawks tonight. Well, not tonight, but as I've already said, 2 nights ago. It was a great game by the Chicago Blackhawks, and honestly, it was the best game they've played all year. Best, in my opinion. Great comeback. I love those comeback wins, especially not if they come against the Blackhawks, but I love it when the Hawks can manage doing it. They were down by 2 goals going into the 3rd period, and the Hawks managed to tie and to start grinding out the goals with the last 10 minutes of play, and they did it, and they beat the Avalanche with 4 unanswered goals. So, that was a great game. Jonathan Toews had a terrific game at the dot, at the offensive aspect and defensive aspect of the game. So, my star player will be Jonathan Toews from this game. He played amazing, and I can't deny it. He did. Honorable mention has to be Kirby Doc. He played outstanding. His speed was there. He was playing well, getting to the puck when he needed, and wasn't making some weird rookie mistakes. Kirby Doc had a great game as well. Robin Leonard, the big panda himself. He had a huge game in net, making big save after big save. I loved it. The team came to play, and they made a comeback out of it. So, down in the comments down below, I want to hear what your thoughts are from this game, and what you thought was the issue with the first period. Because when I watched it, I saw a few problems with them, because they were I saw bad passing in it, but it seemed like the Hawks were there. Let's look at the shots of the game from each period, because I did not do that already. In the first period, it was 12-6 advantage Colorado. Second period, the Hawks outshoot the Avalanche 15-10. Third period, 11-9 advantage for the Hawks. So 32-31 in favor for the Chicago Blackhawks. Leonard didn't have to face 40 plus shots tonight of this game, and the Hawks came out on top. And honestly, good job by the Chicago Blackhawks coming out and playing good hockey in the third period when they needed it. So, thank you for watching the broadcast. Please leave a like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And most of all, let's go Hawks!